The Armenian cultural and political organizations came together to commemorate the 75th anniversary. On the 21st, hundreds of Armenians from the Chicagoland area, including genocide survivors, gathered at the Mather High School auditorium. The commemorative program featured a number of speakers, including Illinois Senator Paul Simon, who was introduced by Dr. Raffi Hovanessian. Senator Simon has been a long friend of the Armenian community, and he took a few moments to reflect on the debate in Congress over the Armenian Genocide resolution, which he himself co-sponsored.
But the greatest injustice of all, in terms of that resolution, were those who said a genocide didn't occur, or sometimes they put it a little more mildly and said, we're not sure whether a genocide occurred. My friends, the judgment of history is clear and firm. There is no question whether a genocide has occurred. The second injustice, not quite as great an injustice as to deny a genocide has occurred, would be to maintain silence. I heard the previous speaker say, I'm not sure quoting himself or a poet, say, silence is complicity with murder. I believe that. Silence is complicity with murder. What we have to do is to stand up and say, this can never happen again.
On the 24th, dozens of Armenians picketed for several hours in front of the Turkish consulate. Around noon, an airplane with the banner reading 1915 genocides, Turks kill 1.5 million Armenians, repeatedly flew over the Chicago skyline. The demonstrators walked to the Daley Center in the heart of downtown Chicago and joined hundreds of other Armenians for a midday rally. Armenian clergy and local dignitaries participated in the rally, which included speeches by Chicago Mayor Richard Daley, Anne Roosevelt, granddaughter of President Theodore Roosevelt, Professor Kevork Bardakjian from the University of Michigan, and Judge Jack Hoogasian, who emceed the program, read the proclamation issued by the city of Chicago, and introduced Mayor Daley.
Remembering tragedy is very painful for any of us, but those memories help us grow and learn from each other. Today, we are here to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the Armenian Genocide. It was an era when Armenians fought for democracy, and as a result, lost over 1 million men and women. Those who survived were deported, leaving behind them their country, their personal belongings, their family, and part of their culture. It has been said that adversity builds character. Along with character comes the spirit. And today, the Armenian community who have fled to Chicago brought with them strong character and a democratic spirit, the strong family ties, the commitment to the church, a commitment to this country, and a commitment to one another. As we look around here at the Daley Plaza, we see people from all walks of life, and especially we see the younger people who you are educating. And never forget the Armenian Genocide that happened many, many years ago. Your community has added much to Chicago. Because of that, we are able to share each tragedy and feel each other's struggles and celebrate each other's victory. As we rekindle the spirit of democracy, remember the late George Hagopian. He worked very hard in this city, and I remember the messages, whether it was at the city council, was at public meetings, bringing the message of the Armenian community to the forefront. He loved Chicago. He loved the Armenian heritage. He set strong examples for all of us. He educated us on the struggles and accomplishments of your community. The memories and gatherings like this serve us to remind that we must preserve peace and learn to live together as world neighbors. But most importantly, we must understand that this took place and we should never, ever forget it. Thank you.
In Washington, D.C., commemorative events.
Melutner, Yerke, Min Helkaner.